Hello and welcome to all my dear students out there. Let us start with a new chapter today, compound interest. You have already learned about simple interest in your previous class. This topic called as simple interest or compound interest is a very important topic, and I think we all should be aware about this to deal with a practical life. Now, simple interest or compound interest is calculated upon an amount that you borrow. When you borrow a certain amount, the amount that you borrow is called as principal. The amount that you borrow is called as principal. The amount that you borrow, which is called as principal, as I told you, on this principal, from the institution or organization that you borrow money, they will not give you this amount for free. No. They will charge you some amount for this principal. And that amount which they charge is calculated as rate of interest. Okay? The amount that you borrow, you have to pay certain money onto the principal that you borrow, and that is calculated on the basis of rate of interest. Now, what is this rate of interest? Interest is the amount that you have to pay, the extra money that you pay along with the principal. Now, suppose if you are borrowing money from your friend, okay, you are borrowing money from your friend. Let us take it as 5,000 rupees you borrowed. You are in need of some immediate amount you are in need of. So, if you are borrowing it from your friend will never charge any interest. No. Our friend will never charge an interest. Whatever amount you borrowed, that same money you will be giving it back after a certain time. Whenever you get the money, you give it back. So that is called as friendship. But if you want a higher amount or nobody is there to help you out, we all have something called as banks. We have money lenders. Okay? Like that, we have some organization from which you can borrow this money. Now, these money lenders or banks are not our friends. They will not give you money for free. They also want to make profit. What will they do? They will charge some extra amount. That extra amount is called as interest. That extra amount is called as interest. Now, how do they decide this extra amount? They will fix a certain rate of interest. They will fix a certain rate of interest. For example, again, one simple example I'll give you. If suppose you want to buy a house, so you have housing loans. The rate of interest for housing loans is very less. For housing loans, the rate of interest is very less. But if you are borrowing money for your personal need, you can go for a personal loan. You can go for a personal loan. The rate of interest for personal loan is very high. Rate of interest for personal loan is high. Whereas rate of interest for housing loan, if you are going to buy a house, the rate of interest is less. Okay? Are you understanding? So this rate of interest, banks have the freedom to fix this rate of interest. But they are in constant competition with other banks also. So they can't keep the rate of interest too high or too low. If they keep it too low, they will be under loss. Okay, so there's a certain range onto which these banks or other institutions decide the rate of interest. I hope you have understood the basic terms behind this simple interest and compound interest. The money that you borrow is called as principal. Onto this principal, there will be some extra amount that you have to pay after a certain period. Suppose after 5 years if you are paying. If you have borrowed 50,000 rupees, if you had borrowed 50,000 rupees, after a certain period, you will have to pay extra amount depending upon the rate of interest. That extra amount that you pay is called as interest. Okay, it's called as interest. For 50,000, depending upon the rate of interest, you will have to pay extra amount. That extra amount is called as interest, and banks have the freedom to fix the interest, as I told you. Now, there are two types of interest, where first one is called as the simple interest, which you already know. Let us see the simple interest formula, which you have learnt in your lower class. Let us talk about simple interest. For simple interest, suppose with an example I'll explain. If you have borrowed a money, a certain principal, money that you borrow is called as principal. Let us take that principal amount as, to be easy in calculation, we'll take it as 1,000 rupees. And they say the rate of interest is given in the form of percentage. They say that the rate of interest is 5%, only 5% for 1 year, 5% per annum, PCPA we say. 5% is the rate of interest, and the period for which you borrowed it is for 5 years. Understood? Now, if you are paying it in the form of simple interest, then the formula is simple interest is equal to principal into period or number of years, okay, into rate of interest. Rate of interest upon 100. Okay, this is the formula. Or in short, you can remember it as PNR upon 100. PNR upon 100, where P for principal, N for number of years or period, and R is for rate of interest. So here we had borrowed 1,000. So principal will be 1,000 into number of years 5 years, and rate of interest is also 5 upon 100. So 2020 gone, 5 5 is 25, 25 into 10, 250 is the simple interest. 250 is the simple interest. This is the extra amount that you have to pay. I told you, interest means the extra amount that you have to pay along with the principal. So what is the total amount that you are going to pay? The total amount that you are going to pay is equal to simple interest plus principal, which is equal to principal that you borrowed was 1,000 rupees plus 250 you have to pay extra. So the total is coming to be 0,521. After 5 years, you are going to pay an amount of 1,250. That's very less amount. For 5 years, you kept that 1,000 rupees and you are paying only 250 rupees extra. So simple interest is much profitable for a common man like us. But banks calculate the rate of interest, or they calculate interest in the form of compound interest. How is this compound interest calculated? Let us again learn it with an example. I hope you are very much clear with simple interest formula, PNR upon 100. Now let us focus on compound interest. Let's see how banks charge compound interest, okay, for a given loan or whatever, deposit money. How do they calculate this compound interest? On what basis? Again, we will keep the numbers simple. Let us take the principal as, let us take the principal amount as, principal amount, what you want? Let us take it as 10,000 rupees. Principal is 10,000, correct? Now for 1 year, number of years, for 1 year, period will take it as 1 year. A person has taken 10,000 rupees and the period is 1 year. Okay, not years, 1 year. And the rate of interest, again, for calculation easiness, I'll keep the rate of interest as 10%. So for the first year, they will calculate it in the form of simple interest only, that is PNR upon 100, which is equal to 10,000 into number of year 1, and the rate of interest is 10 upon 100. Two zeros gone. So you're getting 1 and 30. That is 1000 rupees is the interest after 1 year. Suppose I took a loan of 10,000 rupees. After 1 year, I am not able to pay this money back. Okay. If I am paying the money after 1 year, I have to pay only, what is the total amount that I have to pay? I have to pay 10,000 plus this interest, that is 1000 rupees, which is equal to, correct? Calculation? Correct, no? That is, I have to pay 11,000 rupees. 10,000 plus for 1 year. Rate of interest is 10%. So, interest extra amount I have to pay 1,000 rupees. For 10,000 I have to pay 1,000 rupees. So, the total amount that I pay is 11,000 rupees after 1 year. Now, let us assume that suppose I am not able to pay this money after 1 year. I am not able to pay. I don't have that money. I failed to pay the money back. So, what will this bank do? What will the bank do, you know? Actually, I had taken a loan of 10,000 only. So, but after 1 year, if I am not able to pay the money back, they will charge the principal. They will make the principal as 11,000 rupees. I had borrowed only 10,000, but after 1 year, the principal will become what? Principal will become amount. The principal will become the amount. After 1 year, what is the total amount that you got? That will become the principal. So how will we calculate now? Now the principal is PL, right? 11,000. Cheating, no? I had taken only 10,000, but 1 saal ke baad that will become the principal. So 10,000 plus the pichla saal ka 1,000 rupees, the previous year's 1,000 rupees. So they will add it up and that will be my principal. So I can't say that I had taken only 10,000. They will say you did not pay the interest, so you have to pay the interest according to compound interest. So now the principal will become 11,000. Rate of interest will be the same, 10%. Then again it will be calculated. Understood? So after every year, the principal will change. Only for the first year, the principal will remain as 10,000. After every year, the principal will change if we are calculating it in the form of compound interest. I hope you all understood, children. Only for 1 year, the principal will be 10,000. From the second year, the amount of the first year will become the principal. For third year, the amount of the second year will become the principal. Like that, the principal will go on increasing. I will have to pay more money as interest. I hope you all understood. So to be easy on calculation, we have a direct formula for compound interest. So no need to calculate for every year. It is a very tedious process and time consuming. So to be on an easier method, we have a formula. Just remember this formula for compound interest. The formula, if you are calculating it on the basis of compound interest, you have a formula. Amount is equal to P bracket 1 plus R upon 100 the whole raised to N. Amount. The amount calculated on the basis of compound interest. This is for compound interest calculation. Directly we have a formula for amount. Amount is equal to principal multiplied by 1 plus R upon 100 the whole raised to number of years. Okay? Whole raised to number of years. So if you are taking it for 3 years, so here for number of years you will write 3. Rate of interest will be given and the money that you borrow will be the principal. Understood? So this is the formula for if you are calculating it on the basis of compound interest. Remember the formula, amount is equal to P 1 plus R upon 100 the whole raised to N. 1 plus r upon 100. Okay, this upon is not for the whole thing, only r upon 100, the whole raised to n. Memorize this formula and let us start with the practice set. So I start with practice set 14.1. The question is, find the amount and the compound interest. First question, principal is 2000 rupees, rate of interest 5 PCPA, duration 2 years. Duration means time period. Question is amount and compound interest. So they have not asked us to find simple interest, directly compound interest. Let us use the formula. Amount is equal to P 1 plus R upon 100 the whole raised to N, which is equal to, do the calculation very carefully. Principal is 2000. 1 plus 5 upon 100 the whole raised to 2. Number of years is 2. First we will solve the bracket. So this 2000 will remain 2000. 1 plus 5 and 100 we can cancel. 5 ones are 5 twos and 0. So this is 1 upon 20 the whole raised to 2. This I'll do the cross multiplication. 1 into 20, 20 plus 1 upon 20 the whole square, which is equal to 2000. 20 plus 1, 21 upon 20 the whole square, which is equal to 2000 into 21 upon 20 into 21 upon 20. 21 upon 20, 2 times. Now 2 zeros down, 2 zeros up, we will cancel. 2 ones are, 2 ones are, 2 fives are. 21 upon 21 into 21 is 441. 441 into 5, let us multiply. 441 into 5. 5 ones are 5, 5 fours are 20, carry 2, 5 fours are 20, 22, which is equal to 2205. So this is the amount. Okay, A, that is amount. So we got the amount as 2205. The next question is, find the amount and the compound interest. Compound interest. Interest that you pay is equal to amount minus principal. Amount minus principal. The amount that we got is 2205. 2205 minus principal borrowed was 2000. Subtract 502. So the compound interest is coming to be 205 rupees. Everywhere put the rupees denotation. Amount is 2205 and compound interest is coming to be 205 rupees. Put it in a box. Simple calculation. In your exam you will be given such simple numbers. Only thing is that please go slow in calculation and get the answer correctly. Remember the formula. Amount is equal to P 1 plus R upon 100 the whole raised to 9. Similarly, solve the second sum and the third sum. I will explain you the second word problem. Using the same formula, try to do the second sum and the third sum, 7.5 sum. I will go on to the word problem. Sameer Rao has taken a loan of rupees 12,500. Sameer Rao took a loan of this much rupees. Money borrowed is principal. So 12,500 is the principal at rate of 12 PCPA for 3 years. 3 years. If the interest is compounded annually, every year compound interest rate is calculated, then how many rupees should he pay to clear his loan? What is the amount that he has to pay so that he will clear off his loan? Let us write the details. Principal 12,500, rate 12 PCPA and period 3 years. Written the given details, principal, rate and period. Let us write the formula. Amount is equal to principal 1 plus R upon 100 the whole raised to N. which is equal to principal is 12,500. 1 plus rate of interest 12 upon 100. Period is 3 years, which is equal to, first let us solve this bracket. 12 and 100, I want to divide it as both the numbers go in 2 stable. 2 6 are, 2 5 are, and 0. 2 3 are, 2 2 are, and 5. Now we can't divide it further, so we'll go for cross multiplication. 12,500 I'll write as it is. Bracket start. 1 into 25, 25 plus 3 ones are 3 upon 25. Don't forget whole raised to 3. 1 into 25, 25 plus 3 here, nothing means 1. So 3 into 1, 3. 1 into 25, 25, which is equal to 12,500. 25 plus 3 is 28 upon 25 whole raised to 3. 12,500. 28 upon 25. 3 times we have to write. 28 upon 25. 28 upon 25. Please divide. Both goes in 5 stable. Okay, 5 5s are 25. 5 2s are 10. 5 5s are 25 and 2 zeros. 25 ones are 25 ones and 2 zeros. 5 5s are 25. 5 2s are and 0. 5 ones are 5 4s are. Now we can't divide it further, so no other option. Will multiply 28 into 28 into 28, that multiplied by 4, and that whole number will divide by 5. So let's do the calculation. I'll go for 28 multiplied by 28 here in my working column. 28 into 28, 8 8s are 64, carry 6, 8 2s are 16, 16 plus 6 is 22. Okay, 0. 8 2s are 16, carry 1, 2 2s are 4, 5. Add 4, 8 and 7. Please recheck once again. Now again we have to multiply it by 28. Multiply 8 4s are 32, carry 4, carry 3. 8 4s are 32, carry 3. 8 8s are 64, 64 plus 3, 67, carry 6. 8 7s are 56, 56 plus 6 is 62, 0. 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, carry 1, 7 2s are 14, 15. Add 2, 15, carry 1, 8, 9, 11, 2. 2, 1, 9, 5, 2. Multiply by 4 is remaining. Multiply by 4. 4 2s are 8, 5 4s are 20, carry 2. 9 4s are 36, plus 2, 38, carry 3. 4 1s are 4, 7, 4 2s are 8. So I got 87808 upon, this 5 was remaining, so upon 5. So if you divide, this will be 5 ones are 5, 3 remains, 5 sevens are 35, 2 remains, 5 fives are 25, 3 remains, 5 6 are 30, 5 ones are 5, 0.56 are 30. You can divide it and check if you can't do it mentally. So I got the amount as 17561.6 rupees. This is the amount. Okay. Coming back to the question, what was the question asked? Please go through the question, children. The question asked was, if the interest is compounded annually, then how many rupees should he pay to clear the loan? So that means the amount is asked. This is the total money that he will have to pay to clear his loan. Amount means what? Principal plus interest. So principal plus interest is coming to be, for 12,500 it is coming to be 17,561.6 or 60 rupees. So it is a word problem. So you will write the answer in the form of statement. Samir Samir Rao has to pay an amount of rupees 17,561.6 or 60, you can write, to clear his loan. So it's very good and interesting sum, children. Just you challenge yourself and do the calculation very carefully. I have explained the calculation also here. In case you go wrong, please refer to the calculation. Moving on to the last sum of this practice set. So it will give you an idea to calculate decimal numbers also. Okay, so let's see the question. Last question of practice set 14.1 goes this way. To start a business, Shalaka has taken a loan of rupees 8,000 at a rate of 10.5 PCPA. 10.5 means 10.5. We can consider it as 10.5. See, I told you to do this sum on your own, no? It was also a decimal number. So, you can go through this sum and you can solve the remaining two sums which I told you as homework. Shalaka is taking a loan to start a business. Amount borrowed is the principal. 8,000 is the principal. Rate of interest is 10.5, that is 10.5. And for how many years? After 2 years, how much compound interest will she have to pay? Compound interest again is specified, so we will be using the formula for compound interest. Let us solve the sum. I say you solve the sum and then check it from me. Okay? Okay, children, so I have written the details. Principal 8,000 rupees. Rate of interest 10.5, which is equal to 10.5 PCPA. And the period is 2 years. Compound interest, so we will use the formula for compound interest, that is amount is equal to principal 1 plus r upon 100 the whole raised to n, which is equal to principal borrowed is 8,000 rupees, 1 plus rate of interest is 10.5 upon 100 whole raised to 2. Number of years, 2 years. Let's solve the bracket first. Here 10.5 upon 100. If you don't want to solve the decimal number, you can convert it into a whole number, that is multiply by 10 up, multiply by 10 down. Why by 10? After decimal point only one digit, so multiply by 10 up, multiply by 10 down. If you don't want to go by that method, you can directly divide 10.5 and 100 or cross multiply and do the calculation. Calculation you can do as you want. Okay. So what I will do is I'll just divide 10.5 and 100. It goes in 5's table. 5 2s are 10, point, 5 1s are 5. 5 2s are 10 and the 0. So I got 2.1 upon 20. Now I'll cross multiply. 8,000 I'll write as it is. Bracket 1 plus 2.1 upon 20 the whole raised to 2, which is equal to 8,000. I'll cross multiply 1 into 20, cross multiply 1 into 20, 20 plus here nothing means 1, no? 2.1 into 1, 2.1 upon 120 is a 20 the whole raised to 2, which is equal to 8,000. 20 plus 2.1 will be 22.1 upon 20 the whole raised to 2. Easy. 8,000 22.1 upon 20 multiplied by 22.1 upon 20. 2 times I multiplied. This 0, 2 zeros down, 2 zeros up, cancel. 2 ones are, 2 fours are and 0. 2 ones are, 2 twos are and 0. Now so simple calculation, multiplied 22.1 into 22.1, that multiplied by 20. First let us multiply this. So working column 22.1 multiplied by 22.1. 1 ones are 1, 1 twos are 2, 1 twos are 2, 0, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 2s are 4, 0 0, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4. Add 1 4 6 7 8 8 4. Decimal number after decimal point 1 digit, after decimal point 1 digit, 1 plus 1, that is 2 digits. Okay, so from the end leave 2 digits and put the decimal point. Now to this we have to multiply 20, this multiplied by 20, which is equal to, with 0 it will be 0 only, so I'll put a 0. 2 1s are 2, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, carry 1, 16 17 carry 1, 4 2s are 8 and 9. Put the decimal point. So I am getting the amount as 9,768.20 rupees is the amount that I get. So the amount that we got, that is the total amount that she has to pay along with the principal, is 9,768.20. But in the question, what is asked? What is asked in the question? Please read the question once again. After 2 years, how much compound interest? So they are asking us to find compound interest. Compound interest is equal to amount minus principal. Amount we got 9768.20 minus principal that she borrowed was 8,000. Subtract, if you can't do it mentally, write it and subtract, no harm. 9768.20 minus 8,000. Okay, so here 0 0. Subtract 0, 2 minus 0, 2, decimal point, 8 minus 0, 8, 6, 7, 9 minus 8 is 1. So we are getting 1768.20. So the extra money that she is paying, that is the interest, compound interest, 1768.20 rupees is the extra amount that she is paying. So write the final answer in the form of statement as it is a word problem. After 2 years, how much compound interest will she have to pay? She will have to pay rupees 1768.20 as compound interest. Oh, who ran now? As compound interest. Okay, so she will have to pay rupees 1768.20 as compound interest. So I showed you a sum with decimal number also. Don't say that I did not explain. I think all of you will find this chapter very easy. Just this formula you have to remember in the whole chapter and get all the sums solved easily. We will meet with the next set of sums, that is the next practice set. Till then, complete practice set 14.1. And as I say, we have to complete the portion. So I'll be posting the videos every day. Kindly subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so that you get the notification very soon and you can learn with me. Okay, children, take care. Bye.